ladies and gentlemen, this is Shane Freeze commentating a TVP between TSLPuMa, spawning in the top left corner as the yellow Terran, and STSquirtle, spawning in the bottom right corner as the red Protoss. Now, this is game number 2 of 3. Puma won the first game, which means if he wins this, he's going to go on. This is the NASL, by the way, and I'm really late commentating this, but I decided this is a pretty nice series to commentate. Now, this map does have backdoor expansions with one Vespine Geyser. Could potentially mean they're going to go for it because it's really safe, apart from one thing, and it's really vulnerable to air, as you can see around here. This actually goes to both of them, as you can see here. So, very vulnerable to air, because air can simply just go back and pull back. You can see there's a huge space here where they just simply cannot really be attacked from any ground units at all. So air units are very strong here indeed, or well, potential drops from the Terran. Protoss does not really go for drops quite as often as Terrans, even though War Prism drops are lovely to see. See here, Squirtle does chrono boost out workers constantly. He's put 2 chrono boosts so far on those workers. Looking over at Puma, he's at 13 food. Squirtle is actually at 14 food, still no gateway. Could mean he's going for a fast expo at the back door. Looking over at Puma, he does not have a barracks or anything either. Could actually mean that both Yes and SCV is actually going over to the back door right now. Looking over at the Protoss, he does also have a probe on his way to the back door, so both players are going to go for a fast expand at the back door. Very interesting indeed, and this is going to open up and hopefully be a very strong macro game, a bit of a longer game, maybe one of the longest. Oh shit. Ignore the time in the bottom right corner. Ignore it. I just imagine you did not see it. Alright? Now back to the game. A gateway is coming in from STSquirtle right now, and over at the other base we can see that Puma does in fact have a barracks in his way, so going to get up some units, some kind of a defense. Looking over at both of the players, we can see that Squirtle, damn, does not know even where Puma actually has spawned, but he is scouting at the moment, is going to scout that where Puma is next on. Puma, respectively, does not actually know where Squirtle is at all. I can actually, I can look at commentators and look what they are looking at. Well, back to the game, we can see there's a cybernetic score coming up right now. Nothing being produced out of that gateway, probably a zealot coming in soon though. Yes, there is a zealot coming in. Oh, and Squirtle did manage to sneak by, come up in Puma's base. You can see everything that's going on, but a Marine come out just right here. Is the probe going to get it? No, it survives. 1 hit left, manages to sneak away. Puma going back into the base with his Marine, going to stand at the ramp, trying to negate any more scouting. Probes and SCVs being transferred, getting that economy up, and Squirtle does actually go for a gas on his backdoor, trying to get that gas up and running. Now, 2 gases for the Protoss, nothing really extraordinary right there. Does decide to chrono boost out the Stalker, is probably a bit afraid of some kind of harass or just push from the Terran, and we can see here the 2 Marines here, another Marine and a 4th Marine, so 4 Marines for the Terran right now, moving out across the map. We've got 2 more Marines incoming here, and at the same time trying to get some SCVs, get that economy up and running, and now also 2 refineries for the Terran. Looking over at the Protoss base, we can see that he still hasn't really built that much more, but is constantly producing out of 1 gate with chrono boost. You can see using almost all of those chrono boosts, apart from some of those. He used some of those on probes, but not any chrono boost on the cybernetics course so far, so most likely not going for any kind of a early push. Still only 2 gas though. Could mean he's going for some kind of no, I actually don't know what that means. Well, he's going for 2 gas anyway, so does somehow not really need too much. Oh wait, actually he doesn't need too much gas, so he could go for some kind of a 6 gauge or something, going for a 3rd base later on. Looking over here though, we got 6 Marines, 8 Marines moving out across the map now. Squirtle has to give up the map control. He can't kill that with a Sentry and a Zealot, but he does have an aggressive pylon hidden right here. Very nice indeed. Puma has not spotted that yet. And looking over at the base here, we can see more SCVs, more pros being produced, trying to get up. We can see now Squirtle is in fact ahead in the worker count by 6, but Puma does have those awesome mules evening that up. Now, in the production tab, we can see that a hallucination is in fact being researched by Squirtle. Interesting decision indeed. Now, 3 gateways here. Ah, we got 4 more gateways. This could mean there's a potential 7 gate all in coming from Squirtle right here. And he's moving out with his army right now. Will Puma be able to defend us? 2 bunkers are going up. Did he actually spot the army? I don't know, and I should probably know that. Looking over here, we can see though that he does actually move out. Is he going to see the army? No, he does not. Will you see it? No, he's just missing the army. Oh, that's huge. Well, he does still prepare for it though, but probably not enough. We're gonna look over here again. A factory is in fact floating out of his base now. Is going to get a bit of scouting information. No more SCV production though. Could mean he does know there is something going on. 2 medivacs coming out from a reactor starport now. Will he actually drop? No, he's putting in all those units in bunkers. He did spot the army. 2 more bunkers going up now. 4 bunkers at the front of his base. Very strong defense indeed. Will Squirtle be able to kill this down with his 7 gates? 7 gate does usually mean he's going for an all in because he can't really attack from 7 gateways alone. And no more gas. So he's probably going all in right here, trying to get that push done. Loads of sentries and stalkers. No stalkers in fact, but zealots. Ah, a war prism coming in from behind. He's going to fake a drop at the back door. Will Puma react? How will he react? No units being pulled at all. Actually, not even SCVs. Did he even recognize it? Did he see it? Now moving it. Squirtle is moving up into the main base. 1 bunker is almost down. Puma takes out those 2 Marauders from the bunker. We're going to see another bunker. He did take out those units. Now Squirtle pulling those a really nice force fields, denying any kind of repairs on those bunkers. Zealots are ripping through the Puma's army, and will Squirtle get down that last bunker? Will he get it? Yes, he's focusing down that bunker with all of his army right now, and the bunker goes down. The last line of defense for Puma. Now only SCVs and some Marauders. 1 Marauder left. A few medivacs, 1 medivac with a bit of an army in it, but we see here a drop from Puma right now in the main base of Squirtle, or at the back door, moving to the main base, doing a bit of an economy damage. That is probably the reason why he hasn't given up yet. He's very far behind in food, and the Marines have combat shield as well, so very strong. Now you can see in the main base of Puma though, Zealots ripping apart on the SCV line. Gonna see many walkers die, and the backdoor expansion is going to float away currently on 600 health. Could potentially actually stop burning if Squirtle goes on. I think yes, it is burning down on that key point of 450 health. Now Zealots continue ripping apart here, and the Marines from Puma in the main base of Squirtle are going to go down. Only 3 Marines left. 2 Marines and 2 Stalkers. Often the Stalkers win versus that, and Puma GG's. Now that means it's 1-1. It's a best of 3, so next game is in fact going to win. I don't know why I just scrolled across the whole map like that. That was totally weird. You can see here Squirtle did actually pull back the rest of his army as well. He knew he did enough damage on Puma. Puma down to 6 food right here versus Squirtle's 68. Now leading up to this, well, the 6-7k is of course very strong. Puma should probably have prepared a bit better. But the 4 bunkers in the front were already very strong. Should probably have put it a bit closer though to the ramp, so to negate any kind of zealots, or hopefully negate any kind of zealots, and most likely go for some kind of a factory with a siege tech on that. He simply did not really prepare enough for that. With 4 barracks, you can see, I believe 2 of those did not have any add-ins. In fact. Going back here, we can see, well, 1, and the second one was being built later on. Shit, I was wrong. No, I was wrong. Yeah, well, the barracks got up just before the attack, so I can understand that he did not have any add-ons on that. You can see here, his food was just so far behind. If we look at the main battle once again, you can see here, he did not really stand a chance. Actually, I believe that if he would have somehow walled off so the Zealots weren't able to, surround the bunkers, because the Zealots were really the ones doing most of the damage, usually is in a Protoss force. If you know, never mind about that. Honestly, I'm just talking bullshit right now. Damn. You can